Hello everybody, this is the 31st lecture of the IELTS. Today we are going to take Gaps 2. It says, complete the notes below. Choose no more than 2 words and or a number from the passage for each answer. As we said in the previous lectures, that 1 or 2 words and a number are okay. They are regarded as 2 words. If we have 2 words and a number, and it might be just a number, we don't know, it might be 1 word and a number. Okay. Cybercrime. First cybercrime called Gap, 1970s. Nature of a crime. Made free calls by copying Gap. Computer crime began in Gap. Crime known as Gap. Promoted by hit movie Gap, 1984. Internet crime, initially unexpected but quickly focused on Gap. Current concern, Gap fraud. The first cyber criminals. Cybercrime sounds like a very new type of a crime. In fact, it has been around since the 1970s, before the personal computer was invented, when computers far less powerful than today's games. Consoles filled entire rooms and were monitored by technicians. We don't have any answer here. They haven't talked about the first cyber criminals yet. The first cyber crimes were carried out across telephone lines by a group of electronic enthusiasts known as, which means called, Phonofreakers. So number 1 will be Phonofreakers. Having studied the US telephone system, they realized that it used a series of musical tones, made free calls by copying musical tones. Why? Because it says, having studied the US telephone system, the nature of a crime, they realized that it used series of musical tones to connect calls, which means made free calls by copying musical tones. They found they could imitate those tones and steal free phone calls by creating small musical devices called blue boxes. Be careful, the answer is not a blue boxes, it's musical tones. Why? Because the musical tones are the ones which are copied. It's not the blue boxes. Why? Because the devices are called blue boxes. It's not the copying of the musical tones. More famous freaker, John Draper, even discovered that using a whistle given away inside a cereal box could do the same job as a blue box. Cybercrime centered on the telephone for many years, until the first computer-to-computer cybercrime took place in the 1980s. Number 3 computer crime began in 1980s. Hacking, as it has since been referred to, which means known as or called. So crime known as hacking. Number 4 will be hacking. Gained new public visibility after the popular 1984 film War Games, promoted by hit movie Gap, 1984. Number 5 will be War Games, the name of the film, in which a hacker breaks into a US military computer and saves the world. Many hackers later said this was their inspiration. It was the arrival of the internet. Now we come to internet crime. Internet crime, initially unexpected but quickly focused on. Let's go on. It was the arrival of the internet that was eventually to make cybercrime a big issue. When millions of home and business computer users began to visit the internet in the early to mid 1990s, few were thinking about the dangers of cybercrime or about security, and so it seemed only a matter of time before banks became the target for hackers. So, initially unexpected but quickly focused on the target for hackers. So the answer will be banks. Why? Because banks became the target for hackers, and focused on means became the target. So number 6 will be hackers. The last one, in 1994, a group of hackers broke into US bank Citibank's computers and stole $10 million. This was later nearly all recovered. With the rise of the internet, credit cards became the tools of cyber criminals. So current concern, credit cards fraud. The answer will be credit cards. Kevin Mitnick was arrested for stealing 20,000 credit card numbers over the net in 1995. This and other credit card crime prompted credit card companies to consider ways they could make cards more secure. Okay, so that means the answers will be number 1, Phonofreakers, number 2, musical tones, number 3, 1980s, number 4, hacking, number 5, war games, number 6, banks, and number 7 will be credit cards. Thank you very much. If you like this lecture, please press the button of subscribe. If you have any questions, write them in the comments. If you have any criticism, write it in the comments too. Thanks for watching. That was Mr Haidar ALcasseer with you.